Who are you? Huh, Grandma's fired. As an employee in a small general store, I was verbally assaulted by the president's daughter, Madison. Madison had always been capricious with me. I had endured it for a long time, but this was the last straw. Thank you for everything. With those words, I decided to really quit the store. My name is Chloe. I'm a 45-year-old clerk at a general store. Since elementary school, I've been skilled at crafts and wanted a job related to it. After graduating high school, I started working at the general store I'm at now. Though small, this store has been loved by locals for years, and our handmade goods are popular. Thankfully, the items I made were especially well received by customers. Now, 90% of the store's signature products are ones I created. I make small dolls, stuffed animals, and organizers, and have been told I have a good sense for it. Recently, customers have been spreading the word about my products on social media, and some even travel far to visit our store. Sales have gone up, and we're all very happy. Jack, the owner, said, "Thanks to Chloe joining us, our general store is thriving. Thank you for coming." I was once thanked. Jack runs various businesses besides this store and is a savvy entrepreneur. He values his employees and, despite his illness, occasionally visits the store to listen to us. I was overjoyed to be personally thanked by him. In recognition of my contributions, I became the manager a year ago. While the pay isn't as high as in big companies, the work environment and relationships are great. That's what I thought until last April, when a real problem child joined our store. Her name is Madison, the president's daughter. She turned 23 in April, just graduated from college, and is eyeing to take over her father's company. Jack believes she has the potential and wanted her to learn the basics of business and customer service. Madison is smart, but it's unknown if she's suited for business. She should start in the field to learn. Chloe's store has a good clientele and staff. Could you look after her? I gladly accepted, determined to properly guide the president's daughter. Then came Madison's first day. She looked glamorous, with striking eyes and quality skin and hair. But looks don't always match the inside. Madison, high in pride, even dared to be sarcastic with me, the manager. "Manager Chloe, you didn't go to college, right?" "Poor me, having to listen to someone like you." When she said that, all the employees looked stunned. In the midst of disbelief, I decided to teach her how to greet customers. "First, stand straight. Hands here." "Greeting like this? I'm not a kid. I know this stuff." Madison interrupted me, demanding to be taught something more advanced. "I want to learn about business strategies and marketing." "Oh, but you wouldn't understand that, having not gone to college, right?" "Madison, greetings are a basic part of customer service. Your dad said he wanted me to teach you manners as a professional first. You can learn about marketing and management later." I kept my anger in check and spoke calmly, but Madison didn't listen at all. In fact, she started getting angry. "I'm not a kid, you know. I graduated from a prestigious university you could never get into, even if you spent your whole life trying. I'm not like some ordinary new employee. I deserve a sophisticated job like marketing. What is Dad thinking, making his daughter do this?" The first day went like this, with her constantly defying me and not listening at all. She might have been fired in another workplace, but I couldn't do that since she's the daughter of a benefactor. I reported the situation to the president over the phone. "I'm sorry my daughter has caused so much trouble. I'll give her a stern talking to." And he promised. According to the president, Madison has always been confident, with a strong desire to outdo others. Maybe she was just unhappy with just being an ordinary employee at a small accessory store. But her attitude was intolerable. The president even said it's okay to discipline her strictly if needed, so I decided to properly educate her starting tomorrow. The next day, after being scolded by the president, Madison was subdued. She reluctantly followed instructions from me and the other staff. But then something else became clear. Madison was completely incompetent at work. She made mistakes with the cash register and broke items while cleaning the shelves. The more she moved, the more she burdened the other staff to the point of frustration. Also, Madison said, "I've personally studied trends and created this item that's sure to be a hit. Please sell it in the store." She showed me a homemade stuffed toy, but it was terrible. She claimed it was a Q bear dressed as a ghost, but it looked nothing but a ghost. The eyes of the bear were uneven, the mouth crooked. The head and body were barely connected, looking like they might come apart at any moment. The entire toy was a dark purple, emitting a sinister vibe. I couldn't sell such a thing, so I pointed out areas to improve and so we couldn't put it in the store. Madison, seemingly displeased, threw the toy at me. "Shut up! Don't dismiss my efforts. If you're so critical, fix it yourself," and exploded. This kind of exchange has happened repeatedly over 6 months, and despite warnings from the president, there's no sign of improvement. She still can't do other tasks, and the stress for me and the other employees is mounting. Moreover, the president retired a month ago due to worsening health. At that time, he told me something, and I decided to follow it if necessary. One morning when I greeted Madison as she arrived at work. "Good morning." She looked at my face and said, "Who are you? The old lady is fired." "What are you talking about? You don't have the authority to fire employees." As I asked her puzzled, Madison looked at me with contempt. "Listen, I'm about to become the president, okay? I have the right to fire people. With my annoying dad gone, I'll do as I please. I'll take more action and prove I'm better than the current president. Then I'll take his place." Nobody would follow Madison who couldn't work properly and had no people support. I tried to convey this as gently and indirectly as possible, but Madison retorted, "Don't order me around, old lady. You probably don't contribute anything to the store, do you?" She wouldn't listen at all, persisting in her way. Realizing it was futile to argue with her, I said, "I've been grateful for the time I spent here, and I decided to truly quit." I didn't even feel like mentioning that I had created 90% of the store's signature products. A month later, I had found another job at another company. This company, a major accessory retailer, operated stores nationwide, including one near my former workplace. I used to visit occasionally for inspiration, as they sold very stylish products despite being rivals. I sent in my application soon after quitting my previous job, and was hired after passing their entry exam. My concerns about my age were unfounded. They hired me for my strong ability to create original products. Apparently, they were aware of the items I had made for the previous store. Now, I work in product development. A job I find fulfilling, though I miss interacting with customers. One day during my lunch break at the new job, my phone rang. It was from the company that ran my old accessory store. Expecting some work-related query, I answered, only to hear Madison's frantic voice. "It's terrible! I'm about to be kicked out of the company! Help me!" I realized she was in a bind but didn't feel like helping. Still, I was curious about what had happened. "What's going on? Tell me everything from the start." Madison began to narrate, her voice trembling. "After Chloe left, someone else became the manager, but I ignored them and did as I pleased. I even thought about taking away the manager's authority and warned the employees not to cross me or they answer to the higher-ups. That was nothing but intimidation." I was so appalled I couldn't speak, but Madison continued. "Then, yesterday, all the store's employees quit. I knew having no employees was bad, so I tried to stop them, but they said they couldn't follow someone as selfish as you. And they scolded me for letting Chloe, who created 90% of our signature products, quit." She just realized that now? I sighed involuntarily. "You wanted to do analytics, but you didn't even notice I was making the best-selling products? You're hopeless." "I didn't know you were so amazing. I'm sorry. But if you had told me before quitting, maybe I would have reconsidered." Despite asking for my help, Madison somehow blamed me. "I didn't feel like telling you because I was fed up with your arrogance. My lunch break is over, so I'm hanging up." "Wait, please. I admit I was wrong. But now, because we lost all our employees, the higher-ups are making me take the blame and quit. It's too much. I haven't even worked for a year. Maybe if the capable Chloe comes back, they'll change their minds." Basically, she wanted me back just to save herself. She was so desperate her speech became erratic, but I had no intention of helping. I understand the situation, but I still don't feel like helping you. Goodbye. With that, I hung up. I thought I heard Madison's cries of anguish, but it didn't matter to me anymore. A few days later, a colleague at my new company shared some strange news. There were weird product photos on the homepage of the store I used to work at. They started online sales, but there's a bunch of creepy stuffed toys. Did they change their product line? When my colleague showed me the website on their mobile phone, sure enough, there were unsettling stuffed toys for sale. They were dark purple all over, and the facial features were all out of balance. Despite their poor craftsmanship, they were priced at $50 each, unlikely to attract any serious buyers. And I was certain these were undoubtedly made by Madison. The upper management of the company would never approve such a product for sale, so I assumed Madison had launched it on her own. It seems to be gaining attention on social media already. Is it for some ritual? It's too scary. I'd like to ask how someone could make such a scary stuffed toy. As a colleague showed me posts on their mobile phone, I wondered if Madison knew about this. If Madison hears the backlash, she might stop the sales, and that would lessen the discomfort for others. I called the old company to have Madison come to the phone. When Madison answered, she seemed to think I was coming back. "You're coming back to the store for me," and joyfully said. But I replied with a cold voice. "Look into the reviews of the stuffed toys you're selling online." After a moment of silence, "No way. I thought this would elevate the store's reputation and my own status." I heard her mutter, "You don't have the knack for product creation. If you really want to improve the store's reputation, stop selling the creepy stuffed toys immediately." As I spoke firmly, the other end of the line became noisy. "Wait, the stuffed toy I made is causing an uproar on social media? And there are complaints, so I'm definitely getting fired? No way." Madison seemed to be talking to someone else, and it appeared her firing was decided. Since it didn't seem like a good time to be on the call, I quietly hung up. The next day, a call came to my mobile phone from a public phone. It's rare to get a call from a public phone, so I was curious and answered. Then I heard, "Chloe, what should I do? I got fired for selling the stuffed toys on my own, and I even broke my mobile phone when I dropped it," came Madison's crying voice. "Why are you calling me? I'll be blunt, I don't like you. I won't help you even if you ask. Besides, isn't your dad the former CEO? Why don't you ask him for help? He might advise you on finding a new job." "That's impossible too. I've been disowned by my dad. It's because I caused trouble at the company and said terrible things to him. And it seems that my dismissal was partly because Dad said something to the employees." Actually, the CEO, before stepping down, had told me this. "Madison is my daughter, but if she continues to run amok, it jeopardizes the future of our employees. I told the upper management to fire her without hesitation if she causes trouble. Chloe and the other employees, if they want to switch jobs, they should. The people at that store deserve better opportunities." After hearing this, I informed the other employees. So when Madison went on a rampage to the point of making threats, everyone left. The upper management, following the CEO's wishes, fired Madison without mercy. Madison, incompetent at her job and repeatedly selfish, ended up all alone, losing everything. "This is all your responsibility. I don't want to be involved with you, so don't call me ever again," I said firmly and hung up. However, a month later, as I was leaving for work, a figure emerged from behind a utility pole. Her hair was disheveled, her skin worsened. At first, I didn't recognize her, but on a closer look, it was Madison. "I remembered everyone's address from the shop's records. I've been going to everyone's houses asking for help, but it's no good. You're the only one left, Chloe. You said not to call, but you didn't say I couldn't come to see you directly." "That's just sophistry. Remember addresses and showing up at homes is far worse than a phone call. To remember every employee's address was something else. Madison was good at studying, so maybe she had a strong memory. Regardless, Madison's actions were undoubtedly troublesome. Madison, think about what you've done to me. You looked down on me because I didn't go to college and hurled insults. Not only that, you were incompetent at work and got angry at me when your strange products were criticized. Would you want to help someone like that? No, I guess I wouldn't want to help in that situation. Her speech was off again, but I didn't care and shouted, If you keep pestering me, I'll call the police. Do you want that? Then Madison said, That would be a problem. I'm sorry, I won't come again. And she ran away quickly. It seems even Madison learned her lesson, as she never appeared before me again. Since then, I've had no direct contact with Madison, so I don't know exactly what became of her. However, one day, Madison sent her entry sheet to our company. Her bad reputation had spread in the industry, becoming a topic of discussion within our company and reaching my ears. Probably Madison didn't realize her information had circulated that much, and thought she might get hired at a different company. The HR department, knowing I had worked with Madison, asked me to explain what kind of person she was. I told the truth and even saw her entry sheet, which contained lies. It's laughable to see descriptions like cooperative and good communication skills. Of course, I pointed out these were lies, resulting in Madison being rejected. Also, her photo on the entry sheet showed a very gloomy expression. I could sense despair and eeriness in her, with poor hair quality and complexion. Strangely, she somewhat resembled that creepy stuffed toy she once made. I don't know what happened to Madison after being rejected, but I heard rumors she was in debt and taken away by shady people. As for me, I still work at the same company. Recently, a product I proposed became a hit, and sales are booming, which makes me very happy. By the way, the novelty shop where I used to work is still in business, now staffed with new employees sent by the company. The other day, I passed by the store and saw the staff smiling and serving customers. Though Madison caused quite a stir, the commotion has settled down, and it seems the store won't have to close. The company running the novelty shop is also doing well, avoiding bankruptcy. It would have been a waste to go under because of one troublemaker like Madison. I'm glad it continues to thrive. I spoke to the CEO a few days ago after a long time. His illness has improved a bit, which is a relief. It's a shame we parted ways like that, but I sincerely wish for your success, Chloe, he said. I turned these words into energy and continued to work hard, creating attractive products.